All right, you guys, it's time. We finally got more parts for the Cayenne. So right here, this is, I'm assuming, our traction boards. This right here would be our lower lights, I believe. And then these are our pod lights. So we're gonna go ahead, shoot this whole video, whole install, and get these things put on. You know, I have this real problem of not reading ads before I buy things. I thought these pods were two. I thought these came in two. It's only one. What the fuck am I gonna do with one? Why would anyone just sell one? Now I know these are gonna be on the lower portion right here. So these are actually gonna be painted yellow. So I'm gonna, where's my yellow? I don't know where the yellow is, but these are gonna be painted yellow. That way it'll be symmetrical all around with the yellow fogs, and then this as the yellow ditch lights, and then this with the yellow. So whenever I'm painting any sort of light, I always like to use this paint right here. Either this, or you can use, I think it's called Stained Glass by Krylon, but this is actually pretty well, and then the end result comes out like this. So I'm gonna do this last one and show you guys how I usually do it. All right, so I take my light, I take my paint, give it a little shake, and then I just do a couple light coats, like, you know. And then it ends up like that, nice and yellow. These are our traction boards. Go ahead and slide these out. What I need to mount these on the side of the car is like, I need the, they look like U shapes like that, and then you just put them on the roof rails. Did it come with any hardware? It did not come with any hardware, so we also cannot put these on until later on today. So the lights are going to be mounted right in this area, but the only problem is I don't want to take the bumper off. So I'm trying to see if I'm able to get this plastic piece off, and then I can just reach back here to get this plastic off. I can reach my hand underneath it and then lock it. That's the only reason I want to get the actual bumper off, because I'm just trying to make it easier for myself. I know if I take the bumper off, it's not going to go back into place properly. And if it does, it's gonna take so much effort. It's hot out here. I don't wanna do it all that. So I'm gonna do the easiest way possible and then take off the front top half portion of the bumper. Plan B, I cannot get that bumper off, and I'm not going to take it all the way off. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna find a drill bit that's a little bit smaller than this. That way I can thread this into the bumper and it'll be nice and secure without having to like worry about it falling out. All right, so I did the first two holes. There's a hole right there, there's a hole right there. This one is not threaded yet. This one is in the process of being threaded. As you can see, it's like very tight. It's not going anywhere except for if I yank it out like that. But yeah, this is in the process of being threaded, so this is good. And pretty much next we just got to make sure it's all even across, make sure it's nice and leveled. Oh wait, and then we're good. We got the two mounted, so I'm just gonna go ahead and install these two, and then we can get to the wiring. We got the pods mounted. Pretty much next, all that needs to be done is wire them into the fog lights. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have these two wired to this fog light, and then these two wired to that fog light. That way when I turn on the actual fog lights, they'll turn on. I went ahead and wired up this side only. This side still needs to be done, but testing the wires, make sure everything is running smooth. We're all good, we're all Gucci. And so now that we got this side wired up, I can get, wow. I can go ahead and finish this side, finalize everything, pretty much finalize these two wires, heat shrink, and then tuck them away, and then just repeat the process for this side. Oh yes, we got our lights working. Hold on, let me go back here. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm thinking I'm gonna go by the pods locally, because I don't wanna have to wait like a week or so to, you know, get the correct pods in. So I'm gonna see if Walmart has them, or even AutoZone. I'm pretty sure AutoZone will have them, because I can't like something just, it'll look off, and to me it won't look exactly how I want it to look. So I'm gonna go ahead, secure these wires, and I also gotta go to Lowe's or Home Depot to get a like a U bracket kind of thing. That way I can mount those to the rails on top of the roof. Also, I'm gonna have to do those yellow, but I have this idea of just getting rid of this whole unit altogether, like that whole lower valance piece, to show more tire, but I'm not really 100% sure yet. There we go, just a little spritz and spray, get those OEM fogged yellow, and then now we can just go ahead and finish up this wiring. I really need the pods, bro. I really need, I'm gonna bite the bullet, I have to. So I was gonna wait until tomorrow to mount these traction boards, but your boy kind of impatient. I choose not to do my work on Friday, so I have the entire day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head to Lowe's, grab some of those U-bolts. I'm gonna bring these with me. That way I can put them on while I'm there. All right, you guys, we are at the Lowe's. It's time to get what we need to throw them things on. I opted for the wing nuts. It's easier to put on and off, and then I went with the flat bars. They fit because it'll be a nice flush look, and then we can go ahead and throw these on. I don't know, should we install these in the parking lot? Should we work on our car in the Lowe's parking lot? I think we're gonna do it. Let's do it. I went to a more secluded spot, so it's out the way. Nobody can see me being like, oh, what is he doing? I'm alone, right? So let's go ahead, get these things mounted, and see the finished product. Though, I'm kind of disappointed with how these front lights came out, simply because they're just not big enough. They're not big enough. Like on camera, they seem like a good size, but in person, they're like a bit small. So I'm actually gonna upgrade those and get bigger ones, and then that should be it. But right now, let's go ahead and get these traction boards on. Not gonna lie, y'all, I've been out here for 10 minutes trying to get this thing on, and I really cannot get up there, hold it down, and tighten these wing nuts down at the same time. As easy as it sounds, it's not easy. Made it back to the crib. I'm actually gonna cut these down to size to make it fit a little bit easier. So take my little grinding wheel, cut it down to where I need it, and then hopefully I can finally put it on this damn truck, because now I'm tired of working on it. All right, we got it mounted on there, nice and secure. Let's see, let's get a different angle. I don't know who that is. Tyler? Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. Actually looks like we're gonna do something. All right, next part of the video, we have to mount our pod lights. Now, the pod lights haven't arrived. They arrived, but I ordered the wrong part. So, I Amazoned literally the same exact part, just without the 4 circles. So, I guess not the same exact part, but I Amazon primed another one. We should have that tomorrow, and then we can go ahead and throw those on the car. It is the very next day. We got our pods. We're gonna do the install, but before I do the install, I mentioned that I want to cut out this black section right here, cut all of it out, show a little bit more tire, and then just leave the skid plate intact, because I thought I would like it with the yellow fogs. It's just a bit too much yellow. I'm gonna whip out my handy dandy grinder and get to cutting. So this whole black section right here is gonna be cut out. I'm gonna cut as close to the metal skid plate as possible. And there are also grooves that I can follow. So once this is cut out, I don't even have to cut up here because this is all held in by little clips. So I can just pull the clips out. And then if the clips show, I can either bend them back up or cut those off as well. All right, so we got the main piece off, but we're left with these little tabs. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip these off, and then I'm gonna use my smaller Dremel to go ahead and make it nice and flush. That way this is not showing and only this section is showing. And then after that, we can cut the fender. Whoa, what happened? There we go. We can cut the fender line. What is going on with this? Whatever. We can cut the fender lining maybe a little bit further up, that way that doesn't show, and then we have the look we're going for. But a lot of these wires are gonna have to be zip tied up and out of the way, so it's not like dangling like that, obviously. We went ahead and got this cut out. What I did was I moved the horns up, that way they were out of the way and not seen, so then when we come up and then we look on it, and we look at the car this way, can't even see it, bro. From the top, nothing is seen. Even when you go down a little bit further, you can't really see much. Lower valance has been cut. It looks a lot more aggressive. I can see more tire. Once I get it out in the sunlight and then throw the pods on, everything will come together nicely. So with that being said, we are gonna go ahead and set up these LED pods. I already did them yellow, you know the drill. Gonna go ahead and set those up, figure out where I want them on the car. And then once we have that figured out, we can go ahead, maybe drill holes, and then get these things mounted. I'm thinking about mounting them right here, but I really don't want to drill holes in this. So I'm gonna play around and see what's the best spot to mount them at. Fuck it, let's just drill the holes. All right, I'm thinking about mounting them right here because I know these are 4 ditch lights, but they can still be rotated like that if needed. So yeah, I think having them straight on like this would be the best option. So I'm gonna go ahead, put my tape down right there, and then drill my little pilot hole. All right, the tiniest and cleanest of holes has been drilled. I should put some, some black paint on there so that doesn't rust. So let me do that and then start drilling this out so I'm able to fit the bolts that goes in here to lock that down out until it's the size I need it to be. That's good. So now I just got to repeat the same thing on the underside. Mount these where I needed to mount them. I had to take the hood off slightly. I tried to cut it, just like cut where the hole is, but instead of being lazy, I decided to just take the hood off a little bit and then drill that hole and mount this up. So let's go ahead, put the little bit of tape or paint on there and then go ahead and mount it. Then Pilly Pods is on the whip. So next we just gotta wire. I don't know why I zip tied all the wires. That's my fault because I knew damn well I'm gonna have to come back to this and wire in the pod. So looks like I'm gonna have to take the zip ties off from under there. Also, I need to get this clear bra removed. Whoever did it, first of all, I know where it was done. It was done in Mexico by the previous owner. So it's not looking very good. So I went ahead and removed the fender PPF, but we still got this PPF here. As you can see, it's like all cracked up. And then the PPF down here is peeling. So I'm gonna have to get all of this shit removed. But, whoa, what happened here? I think I need to tighten that bolt. But yeah, car's looking solid. Got all my lights on. Now I just gotta do the wiring. So for the wiring, what I ended up doing was I used this hood bolt as a ground, and then I just ran one positive wire all the way down through the engine bay and then into the fog light wires. So the fog light wires power these and then they power the fog. So when I go ahead and turn the fog lights on,
hi,
pull that
you
out.
are currently being recorded.
You see these, oh wait, the key has to be on, duh. There you go, you see, these are on and then these down here are on. So pretty much next, all I gotta do is wire this passenger side, put the plugs back on, take some pics, and then we good. We good. And I'm honestly loving how this thing is coming out. It's coming out nice. And I'm glad I got rid of the lower fog light section. My girlfriend was talking wild crazy and I was like, you know, I thought all my cars usually end up looking fairly nice. So the fact that she was talking wild crazy on the yellow fogs, and I love me some yellow lights, so the fact that she was talking crazy kind of hurt my feelings. So I'm like, damn, she bullied me into it, so gotta be done. Well guys, it looks like I'm gonna be ending a lot of videos here. So that is what is happening now. We got the pods on, we got the bumper cut going. Looks so much better, so much more aggressive. I'm thinking about throwing some maybe like 15 mil spacers on there, just to widen it out a little bit. Like, it looks good now, but maybe I want to widen it out a little bit. But word, Joe, it came out nice. Let's see how this thing looks with the fogs on. Matter of fact, let's turn them all on. Let's see. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see because it's daytime, but oh yeah, that's good. That's so good.